G'day, my name's David Troy and this is the David Troy Salon. If this is the first time you've come across this channel and you like this video, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification, share this video with your friends so we can get more subscribers. Be much appreciated. And don't forget to leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear what you think. So in this video, the haircut I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the mannequin that I used on a previous one, which we cut a bob, and I'm going to show you how to cut it pretty short in the back and keep it longer in the front and a little bit wispy without creating the hole. I see this all the time where people create this hole and they don't leave the weight, but I really like the way this turned out. I hope you guys like this video. As I said, leave a comment down below and let me know what you think at the end of it. Let's just jump right in. Okay, so I've started off sectioning the hair into 6 different sections using the Tony and Guy clips. I've taken my section right across the bottom on the occipital bone and then just above, sectioning that off into 2 different sections at the back. So I always start this haircut by having my client slightly tilt their head forward. Because that bottom weight line's already created from the last haircut, I just use that as my guide, taking the section straight out from the head. So working my way around the left hand side, I take my next section, pulling my previous section into it to follow the guideline down. So as you can see, I just repeat this all the way around and on the other side. So now I start dropping my sections down, just a little section at a time, inch by inch. But you'll see me drop the corner out, which is gonna not create that hole to leave that weight on the side. So I section that off before starting back on my middle, following the guide that I created underneath. So you can see here, I'm following the guide underneath just to follow that line straight up, bringing it straight out from the head. Okay, dropping the next section down, still picking up my previous section underneath, making that my guideline, and just taking that whole corner right off. But what I'm doing now is bringing the middle section, or the next section, back into the middle. So I'm over directing it back, pulling it all the way back to my guideline. So I want to keep a little bit of weight on the side. So every section I take on the side, I'm pulling it slightly back into the previous section. So as I move onto the side, which is the most crucial part because this is where a lot of hairdressers make mistakes, I'm dropping the bottom section out of my fingers to leave the weight down the bottom, and I'm over directing it all the way back, bringing everything back to my very first section, as you can see here. So you can see as I take my next section just behind the ear, I drop out that bottom piece just to make sure we keep the weight down the bottom. Again, you can see me just leaving that section, taking the top part of it, pulling it all the way back to my very first guideline, and I'm going to work all the way up the side of the head and repeat on the other side. So now I move on to the top section, bringing it all the way back, finding my guideline underneath, and just cutting it straight out from the head, or straight back should I say, over directing everything back to that very first section. So just as I did on the sides, I'm going to do on the top. So now to connect everything, so I take that very front section and I'm just going to pull it straight up from the head, letting the back part drop out of my fingers and create that guideline across the top of the head. So before I go any further, I'm just going to round brush it all. I like to give this haircut a lot of body, so I use a round brush to give it that. I very rarely flat iron it. I think this is the most technical haircut I've shown you that I actually do in the salon. So there it is. I really like this haircut. I like how it's shorter on top. You know, it's another option for someone that's got a bob that wants a bit of a change, but you can still see it's still got that strong line down the bottom. But in the back, it is pretty short, which I really do like.